People of the world, so much Monday, so much August 17th. This is Marketing as a Foreign Language. My name's Kellen. Hi. How's it going? Floating above my head is the chat box. If you chat on Facebook or YouTube, I'll see you. Streaming live on my Facebook personal page, business page for Send It Rising, and YouTube. Today I'm marketing as a foreign language. Facebook adds new paid events options for businesses and creators. I don't know if Paint Night with Amy is appropriate during the pandemic, but perhaps virtual events might make sense. TikTok employee plans legal action against U.S. government. Oh, geez. What's going down with that? New insights highlight concerns about younger users. 7 tips for a more effective business website in 2020, like add live chat. That's obvious. Use videos, duh. Facebook launches Voting Information Center as it looks to encourage 4 million more Americans to vote. Who does not want to vote this year? You'd have to be crazy. Google Search Console insights for content creators. If you're unfamiliar with Google Search Console, trust me, you're going to want to check it out if you have a website and you want to make money online. This is Marketing as a Foreign Language, and I am Kellen. And a good morning to you, Esther Sass. Thank you for typing what you typed in the chat. Much thank you. Okay. Facebook adds new paid events option for businesses and creators. Facebook is launching a new paid events option in order to provide another way for businesses to generate direct income amid the COVID-19 crisis. As explained by Facebook, with social distancing mandates still in place, many businesses and creators are bringing their events and services online to connect with existing customers and reach new ones. By combining marketing, payment, and live video, paid online events meet the end-to-end needs of businesses. Pages can host events on Facebook Live to reach broad audiences, and we're testing paid events with messenger rooms for more personal and interactive gatherings. As you can see in the above example, the new option will enable businesses and creators to charge direct on Facebook for access to their online events. You know, if I'm a band and I want to make a little bit of money, I don't think this would work because you would instantly have people taking that feed and sharing it other places. But I guess if you're just asking for like $5, that might make sense. You know, like, hey, Incubus concert tonight, it's $5, you know, you get multiple camera angles, it's cool, great audio quality. I bet you could probably log in and find some place that's stealing it, you know, just copying it and putting it somewhere else. But if the price point is low enough, I think it might make sense for bands to go down this path. Twitch has a number of bands performing all the time, making some money there. So as you can see in the above example, the new option will enable businesses and creators to charge direct on Facebook for access. Tap on the Purchase Access button, and you'll be taken through the in-stream payment process, which is facilitated by your in-app settings. Okay, get access. Purchase access for $9.99 to Jasper's cooking class. Facebook will make the option available in 20 countries for pages that meet its partner monetization policies. And at launch, Facebook is also not taking a cut of any fees paid. Really? At launch, Facebook is not taking a cut. Wow. Though your attendees will still need to pay a 30% cut to the App Store if they sign up on iOS. Quote, for transactions on the web and on Android in countries where we have rolled out Facebook Pay, small businesses will keep 100% of the revenue they generate from paid online events. We asked Apple to reduce its 30% App Store tax or allow us to offer Facebook Pay so we could absorb all costs for businesses struggling during COVID-19. Unfortunately, they dismissed both of our requests, and small business will only be paid 70% of their hard-earned revenue. You can see shots fired across the bow between Facebook and Apple. Apple's hardline policy stances on in-app payments are set to come under more scrutiny after Epic Games this week decided to defy the App Store rules and implement direct payment options within its popular Fortnite app. Apple subsequently removed Fortnite from the App Store, citing the rule breach, but Epic is setting itself up to battle the tech giant in court over its payment rules. Apple is already the subject of several antitrust investigations over its conduct around App Store payments, and Facebook, as you can see, has already taken its opportunity to sink a kick into the company. My daughter the other day was swinging on this, it's hard to describe, a wheel, let's say. It's like a pull-up wheel. Anyway, she booted me very hard directly in the chest. And I was like, whoa, hey. And she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. She's getting big. She's almost 7. And yeah, I felt it. So it's not the first time Facebook has added paid event options. Facebook already has similar subscription options for gaming streamers via its Level Up program. Interesting. Well, it also began rolling out paid events within its existing fan subscription. So this is it, folks. I mean, we are big time going to see this sort of thing take off. I've mentioned many times, it's almost unethical for us to demand folks get into cars to get to certain events when we have the capacity to do it online. Obviously, I understand the argument against that, in-person contact, etc. Point being that if someone, is going to go to some event that could have been online and they get into a car accident, I understand that there's personal responsibility, but it's how do I put this? It's shocking to me that we live in a world with blazing fast internet, access to all of this information, and we still drive around in these machines that can kill us. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So anyway, online events are not going anywhere. If you are considering doing an online event, turns out 100% of the revenue you can grab currently, unless it goes through the App Store. So that is big news. TikTok employee plans legal action against U.S. government. New insights highlight concerns about younger users. So we've been talking about TikTok for quite a while. You all recall the conversations. It's all quiet on the TikTok acquisition front, with Microsoft still looking like the leading contender to potentially acquire the short-form video app. Will it go by way of Vine? Will it disappear into nothingness? We shall see. But even so, TikTok still has a range of other concerns to deal with as more investigations and reports highlight issues of note. With the app, obviously, Microsoft is looking for anything that will make the app look a little bit worse so that they can pay even less. But it would be hard to imagine them paying too much for an app that would otherwise be banned in the United States. Here's a quick roundup of some of the key TikTok stories aside from its potential ban. So employees versus the government. So TikTok has said that the U.S. government's executive order to force the sale of its U.S. operations was issued without any due process. Mind you, we're about to have an election, and so you've got to wonder what folks are thinking in regards to a potential change of power and how that would affect TikTok. And may lead to a legal challenge as a result. This week, a TikTok employee has also decided to take on the U.S. government over its EO. I'm not sure what that means. In an effort to save the jobs of Americans who work, the executive order, got it. Americans who work for the platform, as reported by Protocol, and obviously this is coming from social media today. This quote from Protocol: on Tuesday night, TikTok employee Patrick Ryan launched a GoFundMe campaign to raise money for a legal battle over the Trump administration's recent executive order, which prohibits any transaction by any person with TikTok owner ByteDance beginning September 20th. Ryan, who describes himself as a, quote, recovering lawyer, argues that such an order would prohibit his employer from paying him and more than 1,400 other TikTok U.S. employees, thereby violating his constitutional right to due process. Some legal experts have said that this approach will not work and that there are limited grounds to challenge an executive order, especially when the president invokes the International Emergency Economics Powers Act, which relates to national security threats, but it's another wrinkle in the messy TikTok dispute. So to what extent is it appropriate for the government to shut down TikTok, citing Chinese communist ties and the proliferation of information? For many years, as we've mentioned, military personnel have not been able to use that particular app. Is this all just an elaborate ruse to lower the price of TikTok so that Microsoft may purchase it? Who knows? A third of TikTok users are under 14. So the New York Times has gotten hold of an internal report from TikTok, which highlights a particularly concerning element. In July, TikTok classified more than a third of its 49 million daily users in the United States as being 14 years old or younger. So two things. One, TikTok, according to this data, has 49 million daily active users in the US. For context, Snapchat has 90 million North American daily active users. Twitter has 36 million. And wow. So TikTok has 49 million daily active users in the US, Snapchat 90, Twitter 36? Are we talking about under 14 or total? And while TikTok hasn't released any official user counts, this also aligns with TikTok's recent note that it has 100 million active users in the US. So we can assume, based on this, that TikTok has 100 million MAU, mature active users. I don't know what the M stands for. And 49 million daily active users in America, which is a lot. And as you can see, it holds up to comparison to other social apps. But it's worth noting that in variance to the often cited total download stats for the app, which are not an indicator of usage. Okay, so the biggest concern here is the very young demographic skew of the app. According to the data obtained by the New York Times, 18 million TikTok users are in the US are under 14. There we go, 18 million under 14, with former employees also noting that many are significantly younger and are getting around the app's age-limiting access tools, which obviously wouldn't be hard to do. So last February, TikTok's parent company ByteDance settled on a record $5.7 million fine from the FTC over claims that it had illegally collected personal information from children under the age of 13, given that children still make up such a significant portion of the app's user base. Various concerns still remain in this respect. So TikTok. What's going to happen? Well, just stay tuned. 7 tips for a more effective business website in 2020. Mark Walker Ford, Social Media Today, writes, are you looking for ways to improve your business website in 2020? Want to know the techniques that can increase the number of leads your website generates? The team from Red Website Design shares 7 ways to generate more leads from your website in this infographic. Here is the summary. So mobile friendliness, everyone knows that. Use videos. Videos obviously have 7 uses. Let's see if we can name them. Number 1, every word you say on YouTube auto caption, so it helps with SEO. 2, if you create a YouTube video, you can add links in the description, so it's link building. 3, you can add them to your blog and share on social. 4, you can share on Facebook, I think Twitter, Instagram, etc. 5, you can promote them with in-stream ads, which are YouTube ads. 6, if they are informational, you can always send them directly via email to people to help answer questions. So like how to unclog a drain for a plumber, you just send them the video. And number 7 would be that they can get you in front of larger and larger audiences, because if you have a successful show, then obviously the world opens up to you. So 7 reasons for videos off the top of my head. Offer a freebie. So get a quote. That's a pretty easy one for car insurance folks. Free consultation, free ebook, that sort of stuff. Add live chat. This is a big one. Live chat could not possibly be easier to do in 2020. Have the option for folks to chat with someone within the company. You can put it on your phone. There's something called Olark you can use. There's a million different live chat options. Very easy to implement. Good for business. Strategically place your forms. Okay, sure. So based on where your forms are at, I suppose you could make the argument that people are more or less likely to contact you. Have subscription box displays as a visitor scrolls. Yeah, I don't know about pop-ups. I'm not a big fan. Have a subscription box at the bottom of your blog. Yeah, all right. So there you go. That's pretty much the gist here. These infographics are usually bad, so we're not going to read them. Facebook launches Voting Information Center as it looks to encourage 4 million more Americans to vote. Also, if you're hanging out and you want to let me know that you are hanging out, please add a comment. Hey, Kellen, how's it going? Even if all you say is, hey, Kellen, how's life? It always makes me happy to see folks in chat. Even if you just put a smiley face or even a frowny face, whatever you want to do. Facebook launches Voting Information Center as it looks to encourage 4 million more Americans to vote after announcing its coming Election Information Center back in June, along with its intention to get 4 million more Americans to participate in the upcoming poll. Facebook has now officially launched its U.S. Voting Information Center, which will be available within both Facebook and Instagram. So here it is. Facebook Voting Center. As explained by Facebook, the goal of the Voting Information Center, together with our registration efforts, is simple: to help every eligible voter in the U.S. who uses our platform vote this year. It also is important that we help protect the integrity of our elections. This new product connects everyone on Facebook and Instagram to accurate and easy to find information about voting wherever they live, helping empower them to hold their elected officials accountable. It's a nonpartisan effort that's available to everyone, and we'll send notifications at the top of Facebook and Instagram targeted by age and location so people of voting age see relevant information in their state. Wow. Well, that is interesting. So if Facebook is sending notifications via Facebook and Instagram to get folks to vote, well, then I suppose you could make the argument that this is a pretty good initiative. It's August, September, October, November. Unbelievable that we're going into an election during this pandemic. Getting more people to the polls is the key focus of the new push, as illustrated in the video below. Millions of Americans did not have their say in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, according to this article. By using its massive scale to distribute accurate, timely election information, Facebook's hoping that it will encourage more civic engagement, and based on past experiments, that very well could be the case. So in 2010, Facebook claims that it was able to encourage around 340,000 more people to take part in the U.S. congressional elections because of a single election day message, which it distributed as part of an experiment to test the platform's capacity to influence voter behavior. So Facebook writes about 611,000 users, or 1%, received an informational message at the top of their news feeds, which encouraged them to vote, provided a link to information on local polling places, and included a clickable I voted button and a counter of Facebook users who had clicked it. About 60 million users received a social message, which included the same elements, but also showed the profile pictures of up to 6 randomly selected Facebook friends who had clicked the I voted button. The remaining 1% of users were assigned to a control group that received no message. The results of the test showed that users who received the informational message voted at the same rate as those who saw no message at all. But those who saw the social message with images of their friends included were 2% more likely to click the I voted button and 0.4% more likely to head to the polls than the other group. So based on this, Facebook's researchers estimated that the social media message directly increased voter turnout by approximately 60,000 votes, while a further 280,000 people were, quote, indirectly nudged to the polls by seeing notifications that their friends had voted in their Facebook news feed. That experiment shows that Facebook can influence voter behavior, which is particularly interesting given Facebook's more recent stances on the role it plays or doesn't in impacting election outcomes. After the 2016 U.S. presidential election, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, when questioned about the role that Facebook and fake news specifically played in the eventual results, responded that, quote, personally, I think the idea that fake news on Facebook, blah, 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 blah. All right, so they're going for it. Good for you, Facebook. Google Search Console insights for content creators. Okay. Probably going to lose you on this one, but we're going to go for it anyway. Google Search Console. So much search, so much console. People aren't afraid of putting Google Analytics on their website, but for some reason, Google Search Console just freaks people up. It's free. All you have to do is type in Google Search Console, go through the prompts, and boom, you have it on your website. It tells you all about the links back to your website. It tells you information on the site, the pages that are up or down. It gives you information on things you can improve to make the website better. Google Search Console is a really big deal. Search Console Insights uses both Search Console and Google Analytics data in one view. So this is from Barry Schwartz. We've moved on to searchengineland.com, so it's going to get a little bit more technical. So after being under the radar for a couple of months, Google has confirmed the new Google Search Console Insights. Search Console Insights is a new view of your data, specifically tailored for content creators and publishers. Google said it can help content creators understand how audiences discover their site's content and what resonates with their audiences. Search Console Insights uses both Search Console and Google Analytics data in one view. Google announced the beta today on Twitter, saying, "Today we're starting to roll out a new experience to beta testers, Search Console Insights. It's a way to provide content creators with the data they need to make informed decisions and improve their content." The problem in 2020, obviously, is that it is unlikely that you're going to be writing any content that is, I don't know, unique or different. So if anything starts to stand out, if anything starts to work, obviously you're going to want to know what's working. And if Google Search Console Insights for content creators can help you do that, well, there you have it. Access Search Console Insights. If you're participating in the closed beta, you can access Google Search Console Insights for some of the profiles you manage in Google Search Console at this link here. There you can learn more about this reporting tool and click on Open Search Console Insights. So it looks like it is a beta, unless I am mistaken here. Here's a screenshot. So you've got the number of views and new content. It gives you trending information if there's a high average duration. Amount of time people are spending. I love that. It's actually really cool. So what Search Console Insights tells you. So Google said Search Console Insights can help content creators and publishers answer questions about their site's content, such as what are your best performing pieces of content? How are your new pieces of content performing? How do people discover your content across the web? What are your site's top and trending queries on Google search? What other sites and articles link to your site's content? And did you get any new links? So, can't access Search Console Insights. If you do not have access to Google Search Console Insights, do not worry. It's still in beta. There you go. And even though Google has publicly announced it, it is not yet available to everyone. So I'm going to have to check it out. Oh, so I can't. So it says, quote, "It is a closed beta that is currently only available to a group of users that have already received an official email from us for a specific site. We hope to open it to more users." So there you go. That is something that will be coming out probably shortly. So to summarize this glorious Monday, this Monday where we saw 130-degree heat, I want to say. 130 degrees in, where was it? In Death Valley, that's it. It was hot. Death Valley, California, considered one of the hottest places on the planet, reached a scorching 130 degrees Fahrenheit Sunday in what could be the highest temperature reliably recorded in a century. So a bit of a heat wave going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Facebook adds new paid events. It's a big deal. So it's a way to drive revenue. It's one more reason why you should be creating YouTube videos and streaming. It's going to be really hard to host a paid event if, you can't get people through the door. So creating a personality online, imagine that. It's something that it's kind of, I want to say it's almost like the modern day website, which I know sounds crazy, but putting yourself out there and, trying to build an audience somewhere, somehow, seems to be almost like the website in 2020. Because just because you have, a website is almost meaningless. How dare you say a website is almost meaningless? But is it not almost meaningless? It's like a shirt. I know this doesn't really make any sense. It's meaningless in the sense that it's something that everyone has to have. You know what I'm saying? It's weird if you don't have it. This is the point I'm trying to make, is that if you don't have it, it's super weird. And if you do have it, nobody cares. Does this make sense? So what can you possibly do in 2020 to stand out? And that would be to develop a brand of some sort. Now, options like this, where people are paying for things online, that's not going anywhere. Are you kidding? How are you going to get 30 people in a room willing to spend $20 to be there? That's a great question for any business. TikTok. Oh, man. Talking about TikTok all the time. Will Microsoft buy them? I don't know. We'll see. Websites. Live chat. Add a live chat to your website. It's a big deal. It'll help you close. If your site's not mobile friendly in 2020, you got big problems. And then videos. Like this one. We live in a video economy. We live in a video marketplace. I feel bad for anyone interested in being a politician, like from my generation, because there's so much information about that person online. Like all these politicians that are coming up, they're like, well, here's this photo, or here's this Facebook post. And all those dumb adolescent decisions that people make are going to be permanently recorded on the internet. And I've said some things online where I think, yeah, yep. That'll be interesting, in time, right? Gaffes and dumb stuff. So what's going to happen? I don't know. We'll see. But fighting through that, I think, is really important. Being willing to go live and make mistakes is one of the only ways that you can get there as far as I'm concerned. Facebook. Can they really have a substantive impact on the election? Maybe. I mean, if it's a close one, yeah. If they can influence like 4,000 voters in Florida, sure. I can see how they can have a pretty substantive impact. And they sort of have a responsibility to try to get people to vote, I think. And then there's a Google Search Console beta. So not really news for anyone on this channel, but it is a reminder that Google Search Console is very important, something that you should consider adding to your website if you haven't already. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Monday. It's very 10:57. Appreciate y'all swinging on by. I will see y'all tomorrow for another episode of Marketing as a Foreign Language. Please do subscribe. Please do hit the like button. Please do leave comments. It warms my heart. All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one.